make some roast beef and gravy today. I'm just using a boneless chuck roast and I'm using the crock pot. Just gonna put it in the crock pot, salt and pepper it. I'm gonna put it on low for about 6 to 8 hours, and then I'm gonna put some brown gravy on it. Okay, I'm just gonna pepper it, a little bit of salt. Like I said, we'll put it on low for 6 to 8 hours. We're gonna do homemade bread, mashed potatoes, and corn to go with it. I'm gonna put it in a 350 oven for about 18 minutes. So you'll just need a butter pecan cake, and you'll just fix it as it says on the back. You'll need a couple apples. Those are going to be peeled and cut. You'll need cinnamon for the apples. For the cake also, you'll need sweetened condensed milk. You'll need some caramel. And then for the cream layer, you're going to need powdered sugar, heavy whipping cream, cream cheese, and then for the top, you're just going to need some cut up Heath bars. Okay, so we're just mixing up our butter pecan cake mix, and the only difference I did from what the back says is I added an extra egg. So I only have 2 fresh apples sitting out, but you're gonna need 4 apples total. You're gonna need 1, for about half for the top, and then you're gonna need 3 1/2 for the filling. And I've got some of those frozen, so I'm not gonna use those, use the fresh apples except on the top. So for the apple filling part, I'm just gonna use some frozen apples I have. I'm going to use about a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. You're also going to need about a tablespoon of brown sugar. I forgot to put that out. 2 tablespoons of butter, and you're just going to let this cook down and cool. Breads are baked. So one of the toppings for the punch bowl cake is 1 1/2 blocks of cream cheese, 1 1/2 cups of powdered sugar, and about 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is what it looks like. Then we're gonna start layering. Got our glass bowl. We got our cake. Cut them into little pieces and layer. I have a strawberry punch bowl cake I make like this. This is just one that is fall flavored and inspired, like a caramel apple. Okay. Now that we have our first layer, we're gonna put our sweetened condensed milk. You okay? Did you fall? Okay. We're gonna put some caramel drizzle. And we're going to put our apples down that we cooked down, spread them out. Then we're going to add our cream cheese layer. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Oh my goodness. Let me bring you all down where you can see. Afraid you're not seeing all this beautifulness. We're going to put some more sweetened condensed milk. You want something? Okay. Hold on. What do you want? He's wanting a bite of this cake already, and it ain't even done. Caramel. Hey, just in it. Layer of apples. These are just sweetened with brown sugar and cinnamon. Some of that good juice. Okay, we're gonna do our last layer here. Oh wait, gotta put this stuff on. This is the good stuff. Okay, we're working on our last layer. Go ahead and use the rest of this sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna use some more caramel. This is Carmel Apple inspired. We're gonna put the rest of our cream cheese. So we're gonna chop up our Heath bars and put them on. Okay. Put these on, just the toffee bars, Heath bars. Right on the top. Okay. I'm gonna add a handful of nuts because it is caramel apple inspired. You gotta have nuts. Well, you don't always have to, but I like them. Now, we're gonna cut up a little bit of fresh apple. Not a whole lot, it's just for the crunch. Just little bitty bite-sized pieces. I would recommend if you're doing this for a dinner to do this right before hand. That way you don't have brown apples. You can also douse it with just a little bit of lemon juice, not much. You don't want to ruin your. Bring this back over so you can see. We're gonna put the fresh apples on. Now the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drizzle it with some more caramel. Okay, here you go. There is the caramel apple punch bowl cake. This thing is huge. There's the caramel apple punch bowl cake. Layers of butter pecan cake, apple pie filling, caramel and sweetened condensed milk, cream cheese, icing, and on top you have Heath bars, nuts, fresh apples with the caramel drizzle. Okay, it's been cooking for a few hours. I just take my, if you can see this, take my whisk and you can see it's falling apart. So now I'm gonna add 2 packets of brown gravy. And I'm gonna get some of the drippings from the roe pack. I'm gonna pour that in, it's gonna be pretty thick. And now I'm gonna add the second one. I'm just gonna add some extra water. That way we have some brown gravy for the mashed potatoes. All right, we're working on the rest of our meal. So far we've got the roast beef done, the homemade bread. I've got it wrapped to keep fresh for supper time. We've got the caramel apple punch bowl cake done. Now we're gonna be working on some corn and some mashed potatoes. I wanted to show y'all how big these potatoes has got. These are ones we grew this year. We still have about a row, 100-foot row we need to dig up. But I'm gonna get these washed and cut up. What all do you all put in your mashed potatoes? I know I've saw some people put mayonnaise, butter, sour cream, and all that. We're pretty basic. Mine is just butter, milk, salt, pepper, and sometimes I do put a half a block of cream cheese in it. Okay, let's get these washed. Okay, we're gonna work on the mashed potatoes. They're boiled and drained. Gonna put some salt, pepper, some heavy whipping cream, some almost a whole stick of butter, and then we're gonna put, well, let me get it out, some cream cheese. All right, dinner is complete with about 25 minutes to spare. We've got creamed corn. This is just the Honey Select corn that we grew this year. I'm gonna make a plate. We've got our mashed potatoes. Nice creamy mashed potatoes. We got our loaf of homemade bread. And we've got our big crock pot full. This is gonna get steamy, of roast beef. And we can't forget our caramel apple punch bowl cake for dessert. Okay, so the way we do roast beef is we put down, let me get this open here. We put down a slice of bread. So, slice of bread, then we put good helping of mashed potatoes on top, and then we pour the roast beef over top. Here it is complete. Roast beef, mashed potatoes on homemade bread, corn. All right, there is supper. And here's the caramel apple punch bowl cake.